Well, hey guys, it's another episode of Win or Lose, but unfortunately, when you play tier 10s, you tend to run into weird matchmaking, and we have two humans on one side, which I'm sure he appreciates that he's not going up against a tier 10, but at the same time it means that there's only bots on the other side. So, apologies in advance, but again, this is supposed to be win or lose, not just the good matchmaking battles. So we'll take this bad boy out for the next aircraft in the series for win or lose, and the Japanese 30mm cannon kind of highlight that we wanted to do here. So this aircraft is affectionately called the Jawa by my clan, J7W3. It has a monster amount of firepower in the forward hemisphere. This thing sports four 30mm cannons, and they hit like, well, they hit like I'm a 262, but I'm not. I'm a multi-roll with a pretty decent turn rate. So if you can deal with the weird lead that you need for 30s, and you can get these things to make contact, boom, and you just crush things. And nothing wants to head on you. Even heavies have issues heading on this aircraft. Now with that said, looks like he's getting away. We actually have a pretty decent climb rate in this thing. Like I said, even heavies have a bit of a hard time with this aircraft. Now, I'm going to try and stick just at the airfield here, because then that... Yeah, like I said, took out his pilot already. I'm going to stick at the airfield because I actually don't want to get air supremacy. So I'll just sit here and try and get some kills. We haven't even used our bomb. We haven't really needed to. This is one of those weird dogfighting multi-rolls. Sure, it has bombs, but they take a pretty decent amount of time to reload. With the pusher design, it allows you to be able to kind of do a really quick boost turn, to be able to get the tail kind of kicked around. Oh, what's that? TA-183? He's got the same big old 30s on his platform, but he's more of a speed platform. I did not get the revenge on that one. See what the Seahawk has to offer. Let's break off and go after the F-84. Get out of here, bot defender. I want the kill. There we go. F4 is your friend. Swift is too fast to mess with. Swift wants to come back here, sure. Oh, just crushed him. And we lit him on fire too, which is nice. We have a really good climb rate, 510 feet per second. Allows us to be able to do things like this, sneak up from underneath a Hunter. Hunter also has 430s. Give him a dose of his own medicine. I mean, sure, Daryl, but I want it. Another one of those multi-rolls that doesn't care as much about altitude. Oh, hey, friend. So we can actually get up to these higher altitudes and still maintain some semblance of control. I mean, what were we up to? About like 9,000 feet in a multi-roll? Love getting aircraft in kind of this crossways engagement here. Yeah, I figured that was going to happen with all bots. That's our buddy taking him on. F-84. Here we go. Swift. Oh, almost got him. But, you know, let's tell the bots good game. Good game, bots. Got a Lambert medal. But, again, Japanese 30s doing some pretty good work. But I'll beg to argue that a lot of you that are flying these things tend to have some issues. I definitely had a lot of issues when I hopped into one of these aircraft initially, especially the Key 162-1 at Tier 9 or dropping into the J7W3 at Tier 8. 30mm cannons just don't agree with a lot of people. They take a lot of time to kind of understand where that lead is and how these guns work, but once you do, you can see how sweet it can be. The nice thing about these lighter kind of dogfighty aircraft is you get a lot more opportunities to get those guns on target. But with something like the Swift or the Focke-Wulf 252, you really have to get that gun kind of lined up early in order to get those shots early on your run-ins, that way you maximize your damage. Otherwise, you find yourself getting frustrated because you don't get that time to get a bunch of test shots out there. Now, J7W3 with 4 rounds going out of the nose, very choice grouping, very strong hitter. It's like a flying shotgun blast to the face. And I like this plane. As odd as it is a very solid platform, and when I see one of these on the battlefield, I make sure I give it either a wide berth or I make sure that I go in for the kill. Otherwise, I know this thing will give me problems. And don't underestimate it, because the higher tier ones can get up to a pretty decent altitude, and as you can see, the climb rate is fairly substantial. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this iteration, and I'll be back with the next 30mm Japanese video. And as always, I'll catch you guys on the next one.